don't know what's more ridiculous. The actual solution for what you're supposed to do at this exact point of the game, or the fact that I had guessed what the solution was, but thought it was too crazy and ridiculous to actually be the solution. Yo! Drat! When do you go back home? And it does in fact require talking to the mayor and asking questions of him. Unfortunately, apparently I can't do it now because the mayor is out and about. So we have to basically sit around and wait for the mayor to be done so we can expand our animal farmhouse down as far down as it goes. Because it expands down, it doesn't expand up. So we have to keep expanding it further and further down to get under the city to get to the next part of this game. And I thought that that could have been the answer, but then I thought, no. Like, no way, that's way too ridiculous to actually be the answer. And then it turns out, no, that is what it is. Dude, move, please. Go home. So now I'm starting to think that maybe he just doesn't go anywhere. I don't care about the town's quest unless they advance the plot, really. Surely there's a time when he goes home, right, Mayor? So essentially now I just have to talk to the mayor every day about getting my barn expanded. I think I only need like 2 more expansions anyway. Again, if I had actually known that that really was the solution, I would have already done that by now. But I didn't actually know that that was the actual answer. Okay, so now I kind of want to play some sort of, like, Crystal Project type game. I just absolutely loved the fact that the whole map was actually, like, perfectly connected together and all that. So now I want to play some Crystal Project type game. We can have, like, a house, like, basement that keeps getting expanded, dug deeper and deeper. And then upon getting it dug down deep enough, you can actually, like, open up a path to another area. Yeah, I think that's part of what I really liked about Crystal Project. The whole world was actually, like, put together. Okay, that guy is not going home. Fine, screw you then. You want to spend all night out here? Hey, what up, buddy? Well, in that case, let's sleep. And now it's a festival day. I don't have a romantic partner to dance with today. Ooh, what is there in recent news? Nothing much going on in recent news. Recently, I was not overcome by the urge to, but recently I wanted to go, just take like a nice little day trip to the pool, because I thought that would be nice. I decided to run the calculations on how much that would cost me, and the viability of it. It cost me like 20 bucks to spend the day at the pool. Approximately, more or less. Not exactly. Yeah, No, $20 plus locker rental, and I don't know how much locker rental is at the local. Would it be called gym? Would it be? Would it be called the local gym? It's basically like a YMCA, but it's not officially a YMCA. Recreational rec center, I think it is. Yeah. Yeah. To bus down there, and for, was it all access entry? Because there doesn't seem to be just a pool entry, unless you're under 5 years old, 65 or over, or you specifically only want to go from 8 to 9 p.m. In which case the entry for the pool in that, like, cheap swim hour is $2. Yeah, I remember, like, I'd have to check the price for, actually I could probably do that while recording here. The price for going to the pool at West Edmonton Mall, because I remember when I was a kid, my grandmother would bring myself and 2 of my cousins to the pool. I think it was like, over the course of one summer, I think we probably went about a dozen or so times. Like, I don't exactly remember, like, every trip to the pool. I just remember her bringing us to the pool, and, like, she kind of just sat there with all of our stuff, like, reading a book all day while myself and my cousins, like, played around. And there were a lot of water slides there, and I was too afraid to go on, like, half of them. And there's a little, like, almost like a water park area. But it's, like, I think, again, more than a 20-old... yeah, memories from about 20 years ago. It was like a playground, except with, like, water running through it and around it and off of it, and the waiting, like, splash area all around it and stuff. There's just something about wading through water that's really, soothing, unless, property has, like, unless your stuff's being destroyed because of the water. I'm looking up World Water Park admission rates. Unable to leave until the end of your visit. Oh, free life jackets. That's cool. Splash cash can be purchased on site. Credit and debit are accepted. Please note walkers are cash or credit only and will be the amenity that accepts cash. Good to know. Admission rates. No re-entry. For a general, so 4 foot tall and taller, $64. If you're under 4 feet tall, $54. So it's, you know, one of those things like, hey, you can bring your kid under X age and it's cheaper for them. Except instead of being like kid, and people being all like, oh yes, this is my 15-year-old who I'm going to claim is 12 to get the cheap entry. It's like, no, it's height. If you are just a short person, you know what? Get $10 off. It's fine. Whereas if you're a tall child, you or your parents gotta pay extra. So $64 entry for like one person. Although I think my cousins at the time were, my cousin and myself at the time were potentially below 4 feet tall. I mean, I think we were around like 8 years old. That doesn't sound right, but it's like, that would have been like the summer that I had spent living with my grandparents. Yeah, I once spent about 6 months living with my grandparents, and also my parents, all 5 of us in one house. Great house, by the way. My grandpa built it himself, or at least primarily built it himself or something. I don't know how much he did. If he did just most of it, or if he actually did all of it. I think he, like, built the whole thing. That's what I was told. Yeah, my grandpa used to be, he used to work on building houses. I don't know, like, contractor, like, what exact job, but yeah. He used to do that kind of stuff. I learned a thing or two from him. Not a lot, just, like, one or two things, but... Yeah, but anyway, yeah. Grandmother would bring the three of us to the pool and... But not spring the extra $5 so we could get those, like, inflatable tube whatever things. Curious place to draw the line, but, like, whatever. Maybe she had, like, a coupon book to bring us in, or maybe she just thought, it's like, no, you should swim. You shouldn't just float around on a relaxation tube or something, or maybe she just didn't want to do the line for the tubes. I don't know her reasoning. But you know what? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. We got to go to the pool. And there was only a few slides that mandated that you use the tubes anyway, so... And usually by the end of the day, because, like, we'd get there, like, in the morning, and basically spend the entire day at the pool. Like, she'd bring lunch for us and everything. We'd have We'd have breakfast, get all together, go to the pool, spend, like, several hours splashing around and going on slides and stuff, until we got hungry, go have lunch together, because, like, the three of us would, like, stick together and all that. I don't know if we were told to, or if we just happened to do so, either way. So go in for lunch, probably some, like, sandwiches and stuff, and then keep going until, like, the pool closed. Like, I don't think we were necessarily there when the pool opened, but we were there until the pool closed. And as the pool started to close, people would just abandon their, like, swim, floaty, whatever things, just, like, in the water. And so if we saw them just sitting around abandoned, we'd just take them for ourselves, and that would be that. And we'd get, you know... and that would be a... Like, there was still, like, a few hours of the pool being open at that point. And then it's like, oh, hey, these slides require us to have the floaties? Let's go down with these new floaties that we've acquired. And the pool had this thing where you could... I keep calling them floaties. That's probably a bad term for them. But I don't know a better term. Swim rings is really awkward to say. You know, like those big donuts that, like, a person can, like, sit in, and it's, like, big enough that a person could, like, stand in the middle of it and, like... So yeah, pool floaties. And the pool had a thing where, like, if you wanted to, like, not have your pool floaty for a while but didn't want to have to pay for a new one, you could bring it up to, like, the front desk, pass it over to them, they'd give you, like, a wristband. They'd be all like, yep, you give us, like, the pool floaty, and, like, just give us back this wristband and we'll give it, like, and we'll give you a new one, kind of a thing. Only worked for, like, the day of, because they were, like, color coordinated, whatever. But, like, at the end of the day, like, as the pool was closing, everyone was leaving. The three of us would go into the pool, grab as many of the floaties as we could, and bring them to the front desk to trade for as many of those bracelets as possible. And, like, again, we were, like, 8. Whatever. We wanted to collect the shiny trinkets, whatever. And the people at the desk would literally see us, like, hauling in, like, 8 of these things each, and give each of us, like, 8 wristbands. Like, I don't get paid to differentiate between stuff or to tell you, like, kids, the pool is closing. It'd be a waste of paper to give you some money. They're like, hey, cool, that's 8 less than I have to bring in. And all it costs are, like, 8 little slips of, like, plastic. I think it would have been waterproof paper. It's like, yeah, just 8 little slips is all it costs for me to have to do slightly less of my job. It's like, I'll pay that much. It's like, I don't even have to pay that. It's like, I don't even have to pay it. It's like a what? The work pays for these slips. Yeah, having grown up these past 20 years and having jobs, like I can imagine, it's someone's job to take all of those floaties out of the pool. Although I imagine, maybe not back then, but at least by now, it would instead be, someone's job to, like, operate some machine that just skims through the water and pulls them all out. Maybe stack them on, like, a forklift or something, drive it around. I don't know, but instead of actually having to swim out into the water and get all of them. Also, it was a wave pool? For anyone who doesn't know, it is, or at least was, a wave pool. I'm remembering that at some point in the past, I had heard something about that they, like, disabled the wave pool function. I don't know if that happened, or if it did, when that happened, or why that happened. I just remember that, like, every so often, every once in a while, just be like, "Meow," and then, like, the wave pool would be, like, waving for the next, like, couple of minutes. It's like, "Meow." It's like, oh, let's go to the pool. Let's play in the waves. Yay, wave pool time. See, I really want to, like, have a close friend group that would totally want to, like, go to, like, the West End pool, but, as adults now, and just have fun with it. Just go out, swim around, go on water slides. Just go out and have some fun, I think that could be nice. Of course, if I actually lived in Edmonton, I might be able to actually, do that, but I'm hoping that by the end of this year, I'm hoping that by the end of this year that I will be living in Edmonton, but I know realistically that's not going to happen. I think I need, was it down deposit on it? I think I would need about $30,000 for a down payment on an almost somewhat decent house. Yeah, people say house prices are super insane. $300K for an almost somewhat decent house. Yeah, that sounds like a lot.
Morning.
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 Imagine one day just the dungeons being closed. Oh gosh, could you imagine, like, Rune Factory game, but like dungeons are closed on like different days of the week for some arbitrary reason? Especially bad if we wound up sleeping in the dungeon, which I don't think is a thing in Rune Factory 4, but also Rune Factory 4, you can just literally stay in the dungeon all night long. Yep, excuse you. Rune Factory 1 did have being able to sleep in the dungeon as a mechanic of the game, and also had a dungeon that would be closed most of the time. I think, what was it, like the third or fourth dungeon, something like that? The winter dungeon? No, you don't. Yeah, so if you're there like the last day of winter, slept in the dungeon, and then you just be stuck in it, and if you try to leave the dungeon, it's quite possible that your game would just crash. So yeah, fun. Anyway, was I going on and on about something pointless? Maybe. I don't know. Yay, 10 a.m. I've done my chores. Hi. Are you going to go? Nah. Are you good at dancing? No, I don't have any points in my dance skill. Seniors $10 off regular admission, age 55 plus. So it's still about $200 of entry for the four of us. Guests with disabilities, $10 off regular admission. 2-day multi-park pass, valid at all attractions for 2 consecutive days within 7 days of redemption. 2 consecutive days, though. But it's like $170, whereas just a one-person admission to like the water park 2 days in a row would be about $120. You're paying an extra $50 just for the option of also going to other attractions at that same mall. You.
Morning.
Morning. Morning.
Those would have to be asked out, then have to ask someone out. Since you're the main character, you have to ask people to dance anyway. So let's see. Two books.
Morning.
So I don't have enough affection rating with anybody. Apparently. Even though Leono seems to be the highest at 2. Ah, well, whatevs. Weekday value pass. Huh. $45 if you just go on a weekday, I guess. Bought for 1 year for date of purchase. I'm sorry, 1 year pass, individual or family. What? Yeah, I know, game's still going on. I'm not... I've done all of my dailies, right? I've taken care of the animals, I've watered all the crops, I've harvested the grass, I've trained that. All the stores are going to be closed because it's a festival day. I can't bring anyone to the festival because no one likes me enough. So there's nothing else to do. It's like not even noon. I can't talk to the mayor because it's a holiday. There's nothing to do, I guess, but sleep and just waste the whole rest of the day because, like I said, there's nothing else to be done. Might as well just do this for a bit. Percent off food and non-alcoholic drinks at World Water Park and Ants Bowling. 25% off either 3 rides or half hour, 1 continuous hour admission on Flow Rider. 25% off the zip line. Unlimited actions to all attractions. So, $650. So the price of 10 entries. Would allow for an individual to basically go to all of the attractions of West Ed. Oh, I'm just thinking now of all the times that I'd just been like at West Ed basically like all day long. Totally could have gone to like one of the major attractions of it. At least on some of those occasions I had my own money. It's like, oh yeah, what did you do today? It's like, well, I bought myself a new swimsuit and then I went to the pool for about 10 hours while I was just waiting around. Yeah, that's about it. But, like, I could totally see myself as a sort of person who would definitely, like, get into the habit of, like, wake up, head on down to the pool. And just wake up, go to the pool. That's it. And again, I mean, thinking about it, if I were to live in Edmonton, especially if I had to live, like, within, like, a bus route to the pool, I think it would probably be worth it to get, like, within bus route to West Ed, I should say. It would probably be worth it to get the individual admissions thing. And then just, you know, as if I go to the pool 10 times over the course of a year, if I, you know, if I go there once a month, even more worth it. Because again, it's not like I do a lot more else with my time and all that. Yeah, that needs to be harvested, but how much else needs to be harvested too? Yay! There definitely is a lot less of a headache in this game. Just using watering can only. Because in a normal playthrough, you can improve your character's stats. You can improve, like, say, I don't think in this game you can upgrade your weapons. No. You can upgrade your weapons. So it's like, okay, well, getting the right stuff to upgrade your weapons. Getting, get a shield and upgrade that. Get 2 accessories, upgrade those. And it's like 4 different things to upgrade, plus also your stats and like leveling up and stuff. Whereas hello. Whereas in my playthrough, it's just, upgrade your character stats. I hit space, but it didn't work. Oh yeah, inner tube rentals. Those are the floaties. Inner tubes! Purchase at Sharky's Supply Shack. Non-refundable, value day and non-value day pricing in effect. $6 or $10. Okay, sure. Towels. Rent a towel for the day at World Water Park admissions. $3 or just bring your own. Regular size lockers. Multi-entry all-day access for $15. Again, like, pack yourself a lunch, put your clothes in. Everything is fine. Large size lockers. Multi-entry all-day pass. Access, $18. I still go for regular size unless, I guess, you need for multiple people. Terrace daybed lounger per individual lounger. $125 to $175. Now those things are fancy, but again, if I'm going to the water park, especially if I'm going on my own, I wouldn't want the lounger. Although I could understand, like, say, a grandparent bringing their grandchildren to the pool for the day and not wanting to go and, like, swim all day. I could see that they would definitely probably want to rent a lounger. I don't think that they had that back 20 years ago when my grandmother... it feels weird to refer to her as my grandmother because I always call her Nana. I don't know. I was always told to call her Nana. Never really got into the why of that. Just like, whatever. Yeah. I'd say that she would probably like that. And then Family Hammer. I don't know what happened there. My mic stopped registering. And you can't hear it, huh? Wait. There you go, now you can hear it. It's raining in game, which means I don't have to do any of my normal watering. Which means my dailies are just going to be that much faster to complete. What would happen if I cast the dragon spell, like, in front of Barrett? I still have all of this stuff I never bothered to change any of that. Alright, just have to talk to the mayor, like, one more time about getting everything, done properly. Alright. So I don't know how much of what I was saying got cut off, and I don't know how much there is there, but yeah, whatever. Water Park Season Pass toddler time? What's this stuff? All time provide submission for one child or one adult chaperone. Chaperone access. Would you allow Twister someone at all attractions? And high season. I'm not 100% certain why they have a no re-entry clause for the water park. I'm sure they have their reason. I just don't know what their reason is. Like, sure, like, maybe they've had it happen in the past where someone would, like, leave and then re-enter and then not be allowed in because they're not paying, but it's like, but I was already in, blah, blah, blah. Or they've had basically the opposite. Someone would say, oh, I was in earlier, I shouldn't have to pay. Oh no, I lost, like, my bracelet that said I should be allowed in, but I've already paid and I'm going to yell at you until you let me in for free. So it's like, nope, if you leave, that's it, done. There was a period of a few years where, like, I had a car and I had money and I had like some amount of free time to go and just like do things. It's like, yeah, I'll just drive myself on over to Warp 1 and play some Magic and whatnot. It's like, I'm just gonna drive myself on over to West Edmonton Mall. I remember there was one time when I was driving around with the guy, like, whatever, no big deal, just hanging out. We went to West Ed Mall, and we wound up going to, like, a computer store, and there was one laptop there that I basically immediately fell in love with. It was awesome. Essentially, the screen for the laptop was on a swivel. Not that it could be rotated sideways, but that it could be rotated vertically. So you could essentially pick... Yeah. You could move the screen... really struggling to explain it, but essentially... The sides of this screen were what was actually connected to the keyboard part of the laptop. And the sides stopped at like the middle of the height of the screen and like bolted into the actual screen itself, which was otherwise its own unit and not directly attached to the keyboard part of the laptop. So you could take that and swivel it around and then reclose it, and instead of the laptop, you essentially have a really big tablet. If any of that makes sense, that's basically what it was. And I just absolutely loved that thing. And like the next week, I drove over to West End on my own just to buy that computer. I needed a new computer anyway, I'm pretty sure. My previous one was like on its last legs. And I don't think it was that computer. I think it was the computer I had before that one, where, again, a laptop. Until 2020, I'd only had laptops, I think. Well, laptops, tablets, and like one handheld computer that was technically also like a laptop. So whatever. I think it was the computer that I had before that I had closed it too harshly one day. The kids were being rambunctious, and I felt like I had to go and do something to try to stop them, whatever. So I slammed down the computer lid, and later found out that when I slammed it down, I had like shattered a part of the screen. And it's not like I, kicked the computer or, tossed it or dropped or anything. I closed it too hard and broke it. Which I thought was ridiculous at the time, but like it had happened and couldn't get repaired for whatever reason. So it's like, well, now I just have to live with a computer with a broken screen. I think I still used that computer for a good while after that. I used like HDMI cables to connect it to an external monitor and also to my television. So basically I had to sit on the couch to use my computer. I think that's also the one that I got that virus that said like, buy us gift cards within 24 hours or we'll send information on your computer. Like, we know that you have illegal stuff on your computer, so give us gift cards. Like, it wasn't even just give us gift cards, it was buy our special brand, like, $250 gift card and give us the code for it within 24 hours or we're going to come and arrest you. Yeah, we believe that you might have evidence of any of these 8 crimes on your computer, so we're going to arrest you in 24 hours unless you want to bribe us first. But, like, of course it was an obvious scam, but, like, I couldn't use my computer at all. It had, like, taken over my whole computer. Like, also, it used my webcam, but since my computer's, like, off to the side, it got, like, a good view of, like, the wall instead of looking at me, so slightly less terrifying than what they thought it was. But, like, yeah, I turned off the computer. I, like, turned it back on, like, nope, that's still showing up again. Eventually, someone showed me that I could, like, reboot in, like, safety mode and, like, just uninstall that thing, and I was able to use the computer just fine. But, like, it wasn't just, give us gift cards and we'll be fine. It's like, oh yeah, buy us gift cards and things will be good for you, which is an obvious sign of a scam. If someone claiming to be part of a company or an official organization says to pay them in gift cards, and the gift card isn't strictly for the okay. If someone claims to be from a company or organization or anything remotely official, and they say to pay them in gift cards, assume that it's a scam, unless it's legitimately you are buying a product, not a service, a product from them. And they suggest gift cards as one possible way of paying for the product. Like, if I went to Best Buy to, like, get my computer fixed by their tech support, and they said, oh yeah, no, you can pay us in a Best Buy gift card, I'd be all like, no? What if I went to Best Buy to, like, buy a video game, and the person is all like, oh yeah, you can buy this with a Best Buy gift card? I'd be all like, well, yeah, obviously. But it wasn't even just like, oh, buy us like, you know, Target, eBay, Best Buy, gift cards, whatever. It's like, no, no, buy our specific like such and such brand gift card and then give us the code for it. A gift card that I never, ever, ever seen for sale in any store ever, ever, ever. Because it wasn't an actual company. So it's like, even if I wanted to fall for their scam and do as they were telling me to do, I couldn't. And like, I feel like the 24-hour counter that they had like run out. And then like it changed. It's like, I think it's just like kind of reset the timer every so often periodically. Because I think I had that on for like a few days. I think it was like 2 or 3 days. And nothing happened to it because they were completely bluffing the entire time because obviously. But it's like, yeah, I'm letting you know, I know what an internet like scam is when I see one. Real world scam, maybe not so much, but an internet scam, yeah, I can see this. Yeah, I've had my fair share of emails from Nigerian princes wanting me to give them a small donation of money so that it can unlock their bank account with millions or billions of rubles in it. No, actually, I think normally they just say it's millions of American dollars. They don't even claim that it's any other currency. It's like, oh yeah, 64 million American dollars. But I need like 5,000 American dollars to unlock my bank account. It's like, I've been really tempted to just like message them back. It's like, what kind of a bank says that you need to have money to access your own money? You know, you should really just fight that bank. And like, I never did interact with them because, as I was told, if you interact with them at all, then they'll, you know, hack in like your information and blah 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 blah. Apparently, and I have no idea if this is accurate or not, but apparently, just by opening an email, you can get hacked. Even if you don't click on any links in it, just opening it on your computer can get you hacked. So I'd imagine, like, you know, if it's possible to make an email where just opening it gets you hacked, people would make these kinds of emails really often and try to make them actually seem accurate. I've gotten a couple of emails that's like, oh yeah, your package needs to be signed for online before you can accept it. It's like, you know, we have a package waiting for you. But it's like Cyrus.com. It's like, you don't deliver packages. It's like Amazonian.ca. We have a package waiting for you. And it's like,
Hello.
do you really? It's like, do you really have a package waiting for me? At Amazonian.ca. One of these times, they actually managed to get it rather accurate. Because they had said, it's like, oh, we have, like, it's like, oh, we're waiting, you know, we have a package that we want to deliver to you, but, like, we're going to need your signature. It's like, oh, there's a package coming your way from, like, Purelator. And it just so happened that I was actually waiting for a package from Purelator. They had actually got, like, the timing and the actual company right for once. Also, like, good for you. But I've already got the email from Purelator. Like, let me check the actual official email from Purelator with the tracking information on it to see that you are full of it. That you were just saying absolute nonsense. Oh wait, I can just go in. It's 3. I gotta say, as much as I appreciate the idea of public bathhouses, I don't really want to use one. Like, how do I say this? I'm glad that I don't have to use one. That I have my own private shower. I don't have to go out just to get a wash done or anything. Like, I appreciate that they exist, but I'm glad that I personally don't need it. Magic time! Imagine it's just like one of the people in town is the dragon.
Hi there.
What do we need to do a reading to see what questions are on your next test? I haven't been to school in so long, other than just to use the pharmacy. Yeah, this is weird student. She only really comes around just to use the pharmacy. She almost never actually comes to class. She has a weird deal going on with one of the teachers. Like, I don't know what's going on with her. Oh wait, I joined roleplay Discord to hopefully actually start some fun little roleplays with people and whatnot. Ooh. I wonder if I should make an ad for like some of my favorite writing samples, writing tests, writing projects. Some of my favorite writing projects that I have done recently. I saw lights flicker. Am everything going to get disconnected again? This is fine. Some of my favorite writing projects that I've done recently have been write a story based off of a game. But not like, you know, oh, this game already has a story, whatever. It's like, no, this game doesn't have a story. Make a story for it. Like my various Commander games or the Frosthaven storyline that maybe I will get back to eventually someday. Maybe, I don't know, maybe, hopefully. Honestly, probably not, but I mean, I already have like 20 or so chapters, so if anyone wants the next chapter dropped on Wattpad. But yeah. And like, yeah. I tried writing another of such stories again recently, but due to luck of the draw, that game wound up ending on like, I think turn 4. Another archenemy plane chase game, except it was like, turn 1, the archenemy gets like, search your library for 2 extra lands, put them into play. Turn 2, search your library for 2 extra lands, put them into play. Turn 3, you can play any number of, if you have at least 6 lands, you can put any number of cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Like, whatever, you can put a bunch of cards from your hand into play for free. And like turn 4, I don't even remember what it was, but something happened. It's just like, yeah, turn 4 with, 10 planeswalkers out, basically, because it's the super planeswalker deck. Got the one that turned all my planeswalkers into dragons, and I already managed to eliminate one other player from the game anyway, so it's like, okay, well, turn 4, dragon form, and just kill. Just go for the win. That was all that was really needed. Also, in terms of Magic, I really like the idea of going to a Magic event. Magic event that was set up by a company that sells Magic cards. Order a bunch of cards online to be picked up at the event, but it's like just an entire deck that you then sleeve up and play at the event, which I basically did at one event a couple of years ago. Honestly, I mean, what? I had fun playing the deck, but just sitting there double sleeving a deck for roughly an hour. I mean, get into a game, play a different deck against people, and then while you play that game, sleeve up your next deck to play is definitely an option. which is like, hey, here's your deck for you to play. Cool. Just run it unsleeved. It's like, yeah, I got it. I'm good. The sheer nerve of just running a completely unsleeved deck in Commander. That's the thing I wanted to talk about. Other card games don't have a Commander format. That's why I can't really get into other card games. But this episode's already over, so there's no time for that discussion. So instead, I'll say farewell.